Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn of the Abyss, the Forged in Fire campaign. And when we last left off, we were intimidated by good old Dargem over here. That being said, I've done a little bit of off-screen practice. I just use the infinite movement cheat just to get here without having to spend half an hour moving troops around. And I was actually able to defeat Dargem with the troops that I currently have, as long as I also use the Ghost Dragons and some of the artifacts sitting on Void. So this is doable. It's just tricky. That being said, obviously we've got to rotate over there manually, which is, going to take some time. We're also leaving the engineers at home because we're bringing the Ghost Dragons instead. Now, that being said, we do want to check out this little back area here because this does intrigue me. So we are going to have Frederick head down in this direction. But the question is when, because we're going to have to bring the Statue of Legion with us. Now, what else do we need to bring? I've forgotten. I guess we're going to find out when we get there. So in the meantime, we'll just keep, I think just for a week maybe. It's almost the end of a week anyway. But we could just do a little bit more trading. Where's Todd off to? Just to even up the resources slightly. Or I suppose he can do it soon. But yeah, I think we'll just sit tight for 1 week. We can actually decrease our movement speed now. And Henrietta as well is also just going to sit tight. I don't think we need anything from her specifically. But yes, we'll be changing up our artifacts. Boyd's actually carrying a few artifacts that we need. Frederick wasn't even using this axe, which is why wasn't he using it? So there's a few question marks we want to get resolved. So we're going to be doing that. So yeah, we're going to just sit tight for a turn or two. Not with Todd though. Todd needs to hit this watering place. But everyone else can basically just keep doing their usual thing. That's all fine. Tancred also some reinforcements. Was he coming or going? I think he's going. These Ghost Dragons will come in handy at least. We do need them. Week of the Aardvark, isn't that wonderful? All these resources will come in handy. Let's convert more dragons. Tancred can start the reinforcement journey. Now, mechanics won't be used, but we will be using the automata. Now, obviously, while I was able to win with the troops at the time, he's going to be reinforcing, I'm going to be reinforcing, and the time that I'm traveling, I'm not reinforcing. So that's part of the issue. So we're going to want to make sure we can be as expeditious about this as possible. That being said, let's start grabbing some of the troops. Just going to grab these armadillos. We don't need the engineers. We will grab the halfling grenadiers and the gunslingers. Excellent. And we'll just step out the way so people can do their rotations. Suppose Henrietta can help us out for a moment. Grab these halflings and upgrade those. Now, I do not expect most of these troops to survive the fight with Dargem, but that's okay. Once Dargem himself is defeated, we can then solve some of these quests and, just start making things happen, which is excellent. I suppose we could just have Frederick sit here. That'll be fine. That'll be okay. Let's end turn. So Todd, of course, grabbing the crystal. We're going to get him over to the prospector and then to the trading post. This will be fine. Actually, Tancred's delivering some additional armadillos that will come in handy as well. So, now I'm no stranger to the fact that, the fact I won that fight, fights in this game are somewhat procedural. So, if you perform the same steps again, then you'll get the same outcome, right? But of course, it's going to be another day of the week, which means the RNG seed has changed. They'll be a bit different. That's okay. But just something that we have to keep in mind as we're preparing to head out. So, recruit these gunslingers. Next turn we'll recruit these gunslingers. Suppose we can position Henrietta to receive those. That makes sense. That's all fine. Alright, Todd. It's taking a long time to not get to the trading post, but we can have Ziff at least upgrade 5 of these pirates. I suppose it's a thing you'll always be reinforcing, right? Like, there's always more troops to be gathered. You know, there's always more that can be done. But we can only do what we can do. So let's at least have Celestine complete her little journey, upgrading these engineers, upgrading these automatons, and we'll get those dropped off at Frederick. Okay. I suppose we can have Rathmont drop off the skeletons and the the ghost dragon here. Rathmont will just continue his usual activities. That's all fine. Okay, Todd. You're now heading up the trading post. Now, of course, in this continuity, we don't have the 100 crystal and gems, so we're going to make sure we need to get those at a decent time. So, I think we can't afford any more gunslingers anyway. So let's just drop off these 5. That'll be fine. Henrietta can deliver those to Celestine. Who can then deliver them over to Frederick. And Frederick will need to just position himself out the way for a moment, because Tancred needs to come through with some troops as well. Well, Henrietta can position herself like here. We should be able to do some backward and forward movement. That makes sense. Logistics is hard work, as it turns out. You position yourself here, then trade. I'm going to take these, and these. Celestine can then deliver them here. Henrietta can move here, upgrade the armadillos, transfer back. So then Celestine can transfer to Frederick. And there we have it. A fairly decent suite of upgrading and so on. It's time for Frederick to take his journey into the Portal of Dreams. Well, more like the Portal of Cyan, but you know, close enough. Okay. We've forgotten one element, which is time to grab now. We need the Statue of Legion. So let's bring it along. Henrietta should be able to catch up because of her expert logistics. And the fact she's not carrying around slower units, so that should be fine. Alright, well Todd can go back to gathering some resources, because we are going to need to do some trading to get into Dargem's place. We're running out of gold too. Okay, Azif can sort of just go back to this place, but she's sort of a bit superfluous at the moment. Alright, let's have Henrietta move first, because we do need to get this artifact down here. I suppose we'll get Celestine to help us out. Hang on a second. Did I know what I did. I took it off of Eonscythe and just put it in her backpack. That's what I did. Alright, well, how are we going to fix that problem? Because Tancred can come up here, swap places, grab these. Actually, the Orgoi Korkoi are faster. So we get you to come down here to deliver the Statue of Legion. Henrietta's completely in the way. But she can ferry it over. Solve the mistake. Now Celestine can travel down and transfer it to Frederick. There we go. Problem solved. It only took half of our hero pool. We even ended up at the right place first try, isn't that wonderful? Alright, so Boyd can actually move out of the way for a bit, because Frederick's going to be making his appearance. I suppose Boyd can grab the gems while we're waiting. We do need 100 of them to get into Dargem's place, so that's a thing. We'll continue to get the sandworms upgraded, seems reasonable. Guess Boyd can just sit here for the time being. Henrietta can wait. Todd can visit the... Well, I don't think we need the gems right this moment, so let's have him head back to this watering place. We're going to be slightly shy of it, perhaps, but... Okay. So let's get Boyd out of the way. Come on down, Frederick. Boyd will actually probably be sitting like here eventually just to block the way, because Frederick's going to be doing some levitation shenanigans. I think that's the other thing I had to give up, was the boots of levitation. One of those points and no return things. So, it does, of course, suck to lose some of our production. Actually, while we're here, let's upgrade that. +2 speed. Yeah, that sounds good. You know, it's a rough thing to, well, let's go this way, Celestine. It's a rough thing to lose that plus 50%, along with some of the other bonuses that we were getting from it. But, you know, it's what we need to do to win the mission, so we will do it. Meanwhile, we've got this woman now, who's basically, like, not as good as Tancred, so we're going to swap. They can go back to doing this, back to this. There we go. It's Month of the Earthworm. Seems exciting. So let's get Boyd a little bit out of the way. Which will then have Boyd transfer. So all the Ghost Dragons we are going to be taking. We're also going to take this Pendant of Courage so we can use the Undead units without any concerns. We're also going to take this Shield of the Damned for some extra defense skill. What else do we need? I'm not going to be using Earthquake or perhaps not the Runes of Eminency. But what could be useful? Charm of Eclipse to reduce his spell power could be potentially useful. That being said, he only casts Cure and Air Shield, so it's not really going to make a difference. The Seal of Sunset could further reduce his spell power. I think, honestly, get the Runes of Eminency going. We could also do the Demon's Horseshoe to further reduce Dargem's luck. That seems reasonable. Honestly, even the Slow Scroll's not too useful because he just casts Cure every second turn. So it's like, okay. I think this seems a reasonable loadout for the fight. Excellent. So Frederick obviously can't move there this turn, but that's okay. He'll be in position next turn to make use of it. It is month 9. Time to get things done, eh? Yeah. Even lost some production here because of no longer having the Statue of Legion equipped. But it is what it is. So, let's have Tancred just sort of mill about, really, because, like, this is our army. So, hopefully it's enough. hang on, there's a hole here. How are we meant to get here again? Or is this... I was sure there was a way there before. Unless it's from here. Well, I guess we'll get here first, then we'll have a look. No big deal. Okay. You can sleep. Your next turn. Let's go. Okay, we just need to do it next turn, that's all. We just ran out of movement. Not a problem. It's funny, the Trailblazer here makes Wasteland the equivalent of dirt roads, so it's just faster to walk upon the Wasteland. Alright. So we're here. I guess it's okay to be here. Yep, so he came out for the moment. Yuland here. But to his own demise, you know, nothing happened. Alright, Frederick, let's have a look. I guess we'll save. Point of no return. Ooh, spoopy. Okay, quest card. Boots of Levitation, Statue of Legion. Okay. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Just keep things moving. And all the resources help just to make it easier to get through that little checkpoint. Only Frederick's allowed to pass, so okay. Good thing Frederick was the one doing this. So, okay, we have a legion of acids here. Just a legion, it's fine. Let's deal with this. A good old mass slow should be sufficient for this fight. We even get a mass haste on top of it. Then we just start shooting. The happiest and luckiest grenadiers. Look at that. Ruined that stack. So, can these guys get something done too? Looks like it. I think it's just acceptable here to cast a clone, just to sort of make it a done deal. So, kill that. Yeah, we're good. Excellent. Just a casual 1400 acids. Not a problem. What about the Zounds of Sorceresses? Shouldn't be much harder. We'll just cast Mass Forgetfulness. Oh, you forgot your magic. Isn't that sad? Hopefully they don't get morale, I guess. Like, that starts the mysticism, doesn't it? Like, there's a lot of content creators out there like, oh, don't say the N-word. Whatever you do, don't want to get moraled on. It's like, it's not how it works, but either way, this fight's done. So what's in the box of destiny, eh? We're going to find out next turn. So the preparations are almost complete for our fight against the evil one. Well, I guess the neutral one, because this is neutral versus neutral this campaign so far. I suppose the demons are evil. Terrible demons. As Resident Evil would like to say. Okay, this is all fine. We may have Boyd attack this, but we'll see. We saw what happened last time I tried to just shove a bunch of people into a skeleton transformer. Didn't end well. What's in the box? Okay, we're attacked by lizardmen and trolls. Just might as well watch this unfold. Why did the Sentinel automatons activate detonation at death mode is a good question. But alright, well we dealt with that. We get +1 attack, +1 defense, +2 spell power, and +2 knowledge. That's a nice result. And the Stoic Watchman, of course, that's very important. The Stoic Watchman granting us access to many great and heroic things. So, we can now start to progress towards the objective, but it's nice to get some extra primary stats. I like that. We basically, well, we lost an artifact that we can't take with us. So while it sucks to lose it, we can't take it with us. So, you know. As long as this is actually the final death bush, we're fine. That being said, do we have the money? Maybe. Probably doing a full trade at this point. Alright, it's enough gems. What about some gold? I suppose we've got a turn or two at least. Alright, Celestine, you can drop off the troops. And go back to your place. Tanker could grab some of these reinforcements, eh? Because this is not going to be a clean fight by any means. We'll grab these enchanters, there's 18 of them sitting there. Oh, you can just stay there. Time is of the essence, though. We don't want to take too long. Excuse me. Okay. It'd be nice to have the extra 18 enchanters. Because again, we're not going to have too many people walking away from this fight. That's for sure. Alright, so today is the day that we can actually attack Downhaven. Like that I can get these and kill them in the same turn. That's excellent. 18 enchanters. Very nice. Like I could get to the stables for the start of day one too. This will be also very, very pleasing. Okay, anything else? Not really. It's time to just go for it. Can we afford it? We do have a lot of wood production, which does help. We are going to have to use some gold to finance the remaining 11 pieces. And that should be sufficient to get us in. So let's just get us in. And hope the fight goes well. It may not be a first attempt, but it will be an attempt. Let's see how we go. We don't wish to retreat, we want to fight. So there's a few more troops. Let's see how we do. So I'm going to try my strategy, and let's see if it works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with mass haste. We're then going to have the ghost dragons. Now these are important to give us the initiative to get that haste off, to pounce upon the enchanters. Do age them, which is excellent. We get a mass bless. We'll then use our enchanters to kill the enemy enchanters. Excellent. We're going to wait with the sentinel automatons, and then we're going to fire away at these un-air shielded enemies. Behold, look at that, it's damage. Incredible damage. And they're going to have the ability with their armadillos to sit here on the gate so they don't come out and kill us. Let's just keep shooting. Excellent. The air shield then drops. So the ghost dragons have served their purpose and are then killed. The sea dogs kill themselves against the gunslingers. So far everything's transpiring exactly as I have predicted. So the sorceresses are going to be the one remaining ranged stack of concern. But for now, the actual concern are these acids. We're going to use the Central Automaton though to get an excellent kill on these Oceanids here. Look at that. Brilliant. So far so good. It does help with a lot of extra primary stats as well. I'm quite pleased with that. So now we're going to drop an air shield ourselves. So that way the enemy's sorceresses aren't just going to carve a swath through us. Now we fire away into these acids as best we can. We'll kill off the rest of the Oceanids. But yeah, all guns, fire upon the acids, please. Defend on the armadillos. Good luck even striking down the acids. Bless is cast by the enemy. Now we're going to lose our automata here, but that's okay, they've served us well. Maybe I could have done the detonation of death mode, but honestly, I'm just happy that they finished the Oceanids off for us. More shots are fired. And this is now when I start using Clone. Because Clone is now in a nice healthy stack of gunslingers and it's going to be doing impressive damage. We do still need to finish off this stack though, this is the problem. So all guns on the acids. We're going to keep the armadillos where they are. But again, all guns on the acids. Now notice how he attacks the clone because he's scared of attacking the actual gunslinger stack. This is key. We've now got 3 healthy stacks. Now one thing that has changed from my practice run is the catapult has destroyed this wall early in comparison to the previous attempt. So these seamen are already on the loose. So that's a bit of a concern, but they're not going to be attacking a ranged stack just yet. Still, it is a problem. We're going to keep cloning though, because that's the best way we can keep damage on this stuff. So, you know, it's just our best shot. We're not going to get a full kill here, unfortunately, so this is the slight difference in him having a few weeks to grow. But it's going to be a solid hit, which is excellent. Now I could try to pull back and get one more hit, or just like try to block these guys in place. I guess we'll just stand in their way. Seems reasonable. He's probably just going to hit the clone again. Yep, that's fine. It saves a hit on something important. Okay, so these guys got hit there. So this may still not be quite good enough, but let's see how we go. Because these guys are in our face now. But if we can keep good usage of clones, we should be okay. So it's a nice solid hit. Can I finish them off of a melee attack? No. Although I think I do more damage. I actually do more damage of a melee attack. Which is hilarious. But, you know. You might as well do the melee attack. So these guys just need to start shooting these dudes. Attacks the clone. To be expected. It's going to go up and hit these. We're going to give a nice solid hit back. At this point I think it's time to either start casting Clone or Fire Shield. I think a Clone's going to be the key. We need to clubber the Oceanids, the Acids first. Because this then lets these guys have a ranged shot. We even get a nice shot off on the sorceresses because they tank a hit from them. So now these guys take a hit. We're just going to keep cloning every turn though, because it just gives us the initiative. It just helps us get things done. So keep cloning. So fire away. I think I don't want to shoot though. Mind you, it's more damage on the crewmates here. And a nice solid hit too. Excellent. So I'm going to have to tank a hit, but the sorceresses fire first. 50 gunslingers perish, but yeah, we're taking the lead. We're going to keep cloning. We should then be able to win the ranged fight against the sorceresses. So again, we want a clobber. Do we? I suppose I could clobber first of the others. Actually, I just want to kill this stack. It's in the way. Oh, morale. Don't mind if I do. Look at that. We're just down to sorceresses and they're shooting clones and taking a ranged retaliation. Oh yeah. Let's cast clone. And notice how the range stack is only taking damage from the arrow towers. And the arrow towers, to be fair, are killing a gunslinger or two of every shot. But we're winning the war of attrition with ease. Even with this ridiculous air shield, which has been recast, she's just shooting clones. So, you know, it's fine. And because of the nice ammo cart we have, we don't have to worry about any of this nonsense. She's actually running down to out of shot. She's only got 2 shots left. So... But they're down to 56. Oh, I killed her with a lucky pistol shot. Look at that. Dargem is defeated. We lost incredible amounts of army, but Dargem is dead. I actually did a little bit better in my practice run, but I guess that's because, you know, he had an extra 2 weeks or so to grow. But that's an epic win. We now have the town of Downhaven. Does it have any ridiculous spells? It does have teleport in here as a spell that can be learnt, so that's cool. So we need to get Henrietta over here to learn teleport. That's a thing. Cool. But obviously this is just a major blow to the power of Dargem's forces. Well, Dargem himself is defeated. He's got some remaining loyalists here in Port Crowland, but, you know, that's a huge blow to his strength. So, you know... Enemy flees. Just chuck some magic arrow and flees. Excellent. You know, so be happy, Boyd. We've avenged you. You weren't able to do it yourself, but we got a wizard to do it. So that feels good. So now we could start doing things like handing in the quest to defeat Dargem here. We could probably also hand in Herald of Vulnerability to get some additional, you know, strength for Frederick, who's becoming quite the accomplished spellcaster. So that's cool. And of course, Henrietta's going to have to visit to get teleport. But all of that will happen next video. Thank you all for watching. When we come back next time, we're going to start cleaning up this map because we're nearly done here.